每天练习英语听、说、练，与我们一起提升你的语言技能。完成后，在我们的应用程式里多加练习。免费，连结在下方。开始练习吧。
Emma has a blue pencil. Emma has a blue pencil.
Emma 有一支蓝色的铅笔。
Emma has a blue pencil. Emma has a blue pencil. Liam brings a notebook to class. Liam brings a notebook to class.
Liam 带笔记本到教室。
Liam brings a notebook to class. Liam brings a notebook to class. Ava puts her crayons in a box. Ava puts her crayons in a box.
Ava 把她的蜡笔放进盒子里。
Ava puts her crayons in a box. Ava puts her crayons in a box. Noah carries a red backpack. Noah carries a red backpack.
Noah 背住一个红色的书包。
Noah carries a red backpack. Noah carries a red backpack. Mia writes in a math workbook. Mia writes in a math workbook.
Mia 在数学作业簿上写字。
Mia writes in a math workbook. Mia writes in a math workbook. Ethan sharpens his pencil. Ethan sharpens his pencil.
Ethan 把他的铅笔削尖。
Ethan sharpens his pencil. Ethan sharpens his pencil. Olivia opens her textbook. Olivia opens her textbook.
Olivia 打开她的课本。
Olivia opens her textbook. Olivia opens her textbook. Jack closes his binder. Jack closes his binder.
Jack 关上他的活页夹。
Jack closes his binder. Jack closes his binder. Lily uses a pink eraser. Lily uses a pink eraser.
Lily 用粉红色的橡皮擦。
Lily uses a pink eraser. Lily uses a pink eraser. Lucas borrows a ruler from Zoe. Lucas borrows a ruler from Zoe.
Lucas 向 Zoe 借一把尺。
Lucas borrows a ruler from Zoe. Lucas borrows a ruler from Zoe. Zoe lends a marker to Sophia. Zoe lends a marker to Sophia.
Zoe 借一支麦克笔给 Sophia。
Zoe lends a marker to Sophia. Zoe lends a marker to Sophia. Sophia highlights a key word. Sophia highlights a key word.
Sophia 用荧光笔标记关键字。
Sophia highlights a key word. Sophia highlights a key word. Mason draws a map in art class. Mason draws a map in art class.
Mason 在美术课画一张地图。
Mason draws a map in art class. Mason draws a map in art class. Ella cuts paper with scissors. Ella cuts paper with scissors.
Ella 用剪刀剪纸。
Ella cuts paper with scissors. Ella cuts paper with scissors. Jacob glues pictures on a poster. Jacob glues pictures on a poster.
Jacob 用胶水把图片粘在海报上。
Jacob glues pictures on a poster. Jacob glues pictures on a poster. Grace circles the correct answer. Grace circles the correct answer.
Grace 把正确答案圈起来。
Grace circles the correct answer. Grace circles the correct answer. Chloe underlines a new word. Chloe underlines a new word.
Chloe 在生字底下画底线。
Chloe underlines a new word. Chloe underlines a new word. Ryan takes notes on lined paper. Ryan takes notes on lined paper.
Ryan 在横线纸上做笔记。
Ryan takes notes on lined paper. Ryan takes notes on lined paper. David packs his folder after class. David packs his folder after class.
David 下课后把他的资料夹收好。
David packs his folder after class. David packs his folder after class. Sarah turns in her homework. Sarah turns in her homework.
Sarah 交上她的作业。
Sarah turns in her homework. Sarah turns in her homework. Ben asks for a spare pen. Ben asks for a spare pen.
Ben 要一支备用的笔。
Ben asks for a spare pen. Ben asks for a spare pen. Amy colors a chart with markers. Amy colors a chart with markers.
Amy 用彩色笔帮图表上色。
Amy colors a chart with markers. Amy colors a chart with markers. Eric counts pages in the book. Eric counts pages in the book.
Eric 数一数书里的页数。
Eric counts pages in the book. Eric counts pages in the book. Nina measures lines with a ruler. Nina measures lines with a ruler.
Nina 用尺量线段。
Nina measures lines with a ruler. Nina measures lines with a ruler. Leo keeps his supplies in a pouch. Leo keeps his supplies in a pouch.
Leo 把他的文具放在收纳袋里。
Leo keeps his supplies in a pouch. Leo keeps his supplies in a pouch. Mark brings extra sticky notes. Mark brings extra sticky notes.
Mark 带了额外的便利贴。
Mark brings extra sticky notes. Mark brings extra sticky notes. Anna tapes a torn page. Anna tapes a torn page.
Anna 用胶带把破掉的页面贴好。
Anna tapes a torn page. Anna tapes a torn page. Kevin uses a highlighter in science. Kevin uses a highlighter in science.
Kevin 在自然课用荧光笔。
Kevin uses a highlighter in science. Kevin uses a highlighter in science. Julia labels her notebook. Julia labels her notebook.
Julia 在她的笔记本上贴标签。
Julia labels her notebook. Julia labels her notebook. Tony checks his schedule. Tony checks his schedule.
Tony 查看他的课表。
Tony checks his schedule. Tony checks his schedule. Alice puts a name tag on her binder. Alice puts a name tag on her binder.
Alice 在她的活页夹上贴名条。
Alice puts a name tag on her binder. Alice puts a name tag on her binder. Peter reads a chapter aloud. Peter reads a chapter aloud.
Peter 大声朗读一个章节。
Peter reads a chapter aloud. Peter reads a chapter aloud. Carol whispers to her partner. Carol whispers to her partner.
Carol 对她的同伴小声说话。
Carol whispers to her partner. Carol whispers to her partner. Henry raises his hand to ask. Henry raises his hand to ask.
Henry 举手发问。
Henry raises his hand to ask. Henry raises his hand to ask. Kate answers the teacher's question. Kate answers the teacher's question.
Kate 回答老师的问题。
Kate answers the teacher's question. Kate answers the teacher's question. Owen listens to the instructions. Owen listens to the instructions.
Owen 听从指示。
Owen listens to the instructions. Owen listens to the instructions. Ruby follows the class rules. Ruby follows the class rules.
Ruby 遵守班级规则。
Ruby follows the class rules. Ruby follows the class rules. Jason lines up at the door. Jason lines up at the door.
Jason 在门口排队。
Jason lines up at the door. Jason lines up at the door. Nora helps clean the whiteboard. Nora helps clean the whiteboard.
Laura 帮忙擦白板。
Nora helps clean the whiteboard. Nora helps clean the whiteboard. Adam erases the chalk from the board. Adam erases the chalk from the board.
Adam 把黑板上的粉笔字擦掉。
Adam erases the chalk from the board. Adam erases the chalk from the board. Iris writes the date on the board. Iris writes the date on the board.
Iris 在黑板上写上日期。
Iris writes the date on the board. Iris writes the date on the board. Erin places the textbooks on a shelf. Erin places the textbooks on a shelf.
Erin 把课本放到书架上。
Erin places the textbooks on a shelf. Erin places the textbooks on a shelf. Daisy brings a calculator to math. Daisy brings a calculator to math.
Daisy 上数学课带计算机。
Daisy brings a calculator to math. Daisy brings a calculator to math. Colin finds page 10 in the book. Colin finds page 10 in the book.
Colin 找到书里的第10页。
Colin finds page 10 in the book. Colin finds page 10 in the book. Tara shares glue with Felix. Tara shares glue with Felix.
Tara 和 Felix 分享胶水。
Tara shares glue with Felix. Tara shares glue with Felix. Felix returns the scissors to Mona. Felix returns the scissors to Mona.
Felix 把剪刀还给 Mona。
Felix returns the scissors to Mona. Felix returns the scissors to Mona. Mona keeps a spare pencil in her desk. Mona keeps a spare pencil in her desk.
Mona 在她的书桌里放一支备用铅笔。
Mona keeps a spare pencil in her desk. Mona keeps a spare pencil in her desk. Jared checks his backpack for lunch. Jared checks his backpack for lunch.
Jared 检查书包里有没有午餐。
Jared checks his backpack for lunch. Jared checks his backpack for lunch. Paige organizes her folders by color. Paige organizes her folders by color.
Paige 按颜色整理她的资料夹。
Paige organizes her folders by color. Paige organizes her folders by color. Simon puts his tablet in a case. Simon puts his tablet in a case.
Simon 把平板放进保护壳里。
Simon puts his tablet in a case. Simon puts his tablet in a case. Abby opens a fresh pack of paper. Abby opens a fresh pack of paper.
Abby 打开一包新的纸。
Abby opens a fresh pack of paper. Abby opens a fresh pack of paper. Victor uses a stapler carefully. Victor uses a stapler carefully.
Victor 小心地使用订书机。
Victor uses a stapler carefully. Victor uses a stapler carefully. Elsie clips papers with a paperclip. Elsie clips papers with a paperclip.
Elsie 用回形针夹住纸张。
Elsie clips papers with a paperclip. Elsie clips papers with a paperclip. Hugo files worksheets in a binder. Hugo files worksheets in a binder.
Hugo 把学习单归档在活页夹里。
Hugo files worksheets in a binder. Hugo files worksheets in a binder. Rena writes her name on every page. Rena writes her name on every page.
Rena 在每一页上写上她的名字。
Rena writes her name on every page. Rena writes her name on every page. Julie brings a water bottle to class. Julie brings a water bottle to class.
Julie 带水壶到教室。
Julie brings a water bottle to class. Julie brings a water bottle to class. Carla wipes the desks after art. Carla wipes the desks after art.
Carla 美术课后擦拭课桌。
Carla wipes the desks after art. Carla wipes the desks after art. Omar sets up the projector. Omar sets up the projector.
Omar 设定好投影机。
Omar sets up the projector. Omar sets up the projector. Heidi plugs in the laptop. Heidi plugs in the laptop.
Heidi 把笔电插上电源。
Heidi plugs in the laptop. Heidi plugs in the laptop. Frank tests the classroom speakers. Frank tests the classroom speakers.
Frank 测试教室的喇叭。
Frank tests the classroom speakers. Frank tests the classroom speakers. Dana reads the directions twice. Dana reads the directions twice.
Dana 把说明读2遍。
Dana reads the directions twice. Dana reads the directions twice. Cindy copies the homework from the board. Cindy copies the homework from the board.
Cindy 抄下黑板上的作业。
Cindy copies the homework from the board. Cindy copies the homework from the board. Miles checks his pencil case. Miles checks his pencil case.
Miles 检查他的铅笔盒。
Miles checks his pencil case. Miles checks his pencil case. Rosa asks to borrow a crayon. Rosa asks to borrow a crayon.
Rosa 问可不可以借一支蜡笔。
Rosa asks to borrow a crayon. Rosa asks to borrow a crayon. Alan lends a spare notebook to Piper. Alan lends a spare notebook to Piper.
Alan 借一本备用笔记本给 Piper。
Alan lends a spare notebook to Piper. Alan lends a spare notebook to Piper. Piper puts her pens in a cup. Piper puts her pens in a cup.
Piper 把他的笔放进笔筒里。
Piper puts her pens in a cup. Piper puts her pens in a cup. Scott flips to the next page. Scott flips to the next page.
Scott 翻到下一页。
Scott flips to the next page. Scott flips to the next page. Lila turns back to the last page. Lila turns back to the last page.
Lila 翻回上一页。
Lila turns back to the last page. Lila turns back to the last page. Grant writes notes with a gel pen. Grant writes notes with a gel pen.
Grant 用中性笔写笔记。
Grant writes notes with a gel pen. Grant writes notes with a gel pen. Ivy keeps index cards for study. Ivy keeps index cards for study.
Ivy 为读书备注索引卡。
Ivy keeps index cards for study. Ivy keeps index cards for study. Blake draws a line with a ruler. Blake draws a line with a ruler.
Blake 用尺画一条线。
Blake draws a line with a ruler. Blake draws a line with a ruler. Jenna keeps her book in a locker. Jenna keeps her book in a locker.
Jenna 把她的书放在置物柜里。
Jenna keeps her book in a locker. Jenna keeps her book in a locker. Mateo opens a new folder. Mateo opens a new folder.
Mateo 打开一个新的资料夹。
Mateo opens a new folder. Mateo opens a new folder. Aria pins her schedule on the wall. Aria pins her schedule on the wall.
Aria 把她的课表钉在墙上。
Aria pins her schedule on the wall. Aria pins her schedule on the wall. Caleb highlights key facts. Caleb highlights key facts.
Caleb 用荧光笔标记重点。
Caleb highlights key facts. Caleb highlights key facts. Harper stacks the textbooks neatly. Harper stacks the textbooks neatly.
Harper 把课本整齐地叠好。
Harper stacks the textbooks neatly. Harper stacks the textbooks neatly. Quinn uses a hole punch on loose papers. Quinn uses a hole punch on loose papers.
Quinn 用打洞器在零散的纸张上打洞。
Quinn uses a hole punch on loose papers. Quinn uses a hole punch on loose papers. Stella zips her backpack. Stella zips her backpack.
Stella 把书包的拉链拉上。
Stella zips her backpack. Stella zips her backpack. Nova brings colored pencils. Nova brings colored pencils.
Nova 带色铅笔。
Nova brings colored pencils. Nova brings colored pencils. Finn sharpens a colored pencil. Finn sharpens a colored pencil.
Finn 削一支色铅笔。
Finn sharpens a colored pencil. Finn sharpens a colored pencil. Hazel uses a dry erase marker. Hazel uses a dry erase marker.
Hazel 用白板笔。
Hazel uses a dry erase marker. Hazel uses a dry erase marker. Sienna erases the whiteboard marks. Sienna erases the whiteboard marks.
Sienna 把白板上的笔记擦掉。
Sienna erases the whiteboard marks. Sienna erases the whiteboard marks. Eli logs into the class computer. Eli logs into the class computer.
Eli 登入班上的电脑。
Eli logs into the class computer. Eli logs into the class computer. Violet prints a worksheet. Violet prints a worksheet.
Violet 列印一张学习单。
Violet prints a worksheet. Violet prints a worksheet. Jonah staples pages together. Jonah staples pages together.
Jonah 用订书机把页面钉在一起。
Jonah staples pages together. Jonah staples pages together. Brooke writes a title on her poster. Brooke writes a title on her poster.
Brooke 在她的海报上写上标题。
Brooke writes a title on her poster. Brooke writes a title on her poster. Gavin tapes the poster to the wall. Gavin tapes the poster to the wall.
Gavin 用胶带把海报贴在墙上。
Gavin tapes the poster to the wall. Gavin tapes the poster to the wall. April keeps glue sticks in a bag. April keeps glue sticks in a bag.
April 把固体胶放在袋子里。
April keeps glue sticks in a bag. April keeps glue sticks in a bag. Dante checks the class supply list. Dante checks the class supply list.
Dante 查看班级用品清单。
Dante checks the class supply list. Dante checks the class supply list. Joy places a sticker on her folder. Joy places a sticker on her folder.
Joy 在她的资料夹上贴一张贴纸。
Joy places a sticker on her folder. Joy places a sticker on her folder. Paula stores her protractor in a case. Paula stores her protractor in a case.
Paula 把量角器放在收纳盒里。
Paula stores her protractor in a case. Paula stores her protractor in a case. Reed measures angles in geometry. Reed measures angles in geometry.
Reed 在几何课测量角度。
Reed measures angles in geometry. Reed measures angles in geometry. Selma writes a list of supplies. Selma writes a list of supplies.
Selma 写一份用品清单。
Selma writes a list of supplies. Selma writes a list of supplies. Toby asks for more paper. Toby asks for more paper.
Toby 再要一些纸。
Toby asks for more paper. Toby asks for more paper. Carlos borrows a calculator. Carlos borrows a calculator.
Carlos 借一台计算机。
Carlos borrows a calculator. Carlos borrows a calculator.
感谢观看，订阅我们的频道并开启通知，及时获取新视频，持续你的英语学习之旅。